I'm ready.
People are ordering.
Okay,
Hi.
Yes. He's offering you his seat.
There you
Just
are.
come and take it.
I'm
I
gonna
warned
like,
you for
run
you.
in front of the runner.
Yes.
Yes.
Dramatic.
Okay.
It is now online. Now continue doing it.
All right, we have a really exciting announcement here. We have a completely new donation system up to replace Chip-In, so you can now continue donating on our site. Yes, please be very gentle. If you can put off your donation, you might want to. Just don't put it off too long, because we'll have donation prizes, obviously. Yeah, please, if you're a technical person at all, you know it would be very beneficial to stagger your donations right now, just to be gentle on the system. But that said, we're very excited that we have this up. So we are offering the prizes starting now. Yes, so by the way, there's a major change to the way you submit donations now. You actually do need to leave your comments on the PayPal page itself. Those are the comments that will go through to us on the donation tracker. So please make sure that you leave your comments there. And I understand there are also instructions when you go through this whole donation process, so please pay careful attention to all of those. That said, you should be able to go to marathon.speeddemosarchive.com right now and leave new donations. So, we are gonna rehype our prizes here, which are, by the way, all now up. We've been hyping them up for quite a while now, so I'm sure you know about our prizes, but you start donating right now if you want to do that, but if you can't afford to wait, please do. We want to stagger them a little bit here, so. Can we get a quick roll call of at least the people in the front here?
Kirby Master. Miles. Braxton.
This is Radix.
Railcrew? Mirrored?
That's running. Church Center.
TJP 7154.
Mr. Kid. I'm talking about X.
All right. So I'm gonna go over those prizes again now because you can start donating for them right now. We have a Blaster Master NES cartridge signed by Rich Robbins, and that's a minimum donation of $5 if you want to be in the running for that. We also have a Sophia 3 Curler, and that will actually be a minimum donation of $20 if you want to be in the running for that.
And you can kill Parasite Queen in 8 missiles and all of them hit her mouth.
You can fire missiles on faster and hold up on the C6, so just do that.
So the technique you use is called rapid fire missiles.
There's a couple different techniques to rapid fire missiles.
The C6 method is the best.
And we also have a Batarang replica, which is a minimum donation of $10, as well as a Batman Masterpiece Collector's Edition for a minimum donation of $10 as well. We also have a Batman Perler, which is a minimum donation of $5, and also for a minimum donation of $5 each, we have Steam copies of Batman Arkham City, the Game of the Year edition. For the current game, Metroid Prime, we also have prizes. They're the Gravity Suit Samus Perler for $20, the Metroid Out of Bounds glitch artwork for $5, the Metroid Vanity Plate from Kansas for $10, and the Samus and Metroid's Ukiyo-e print for $15. If you donate $20 right now, you will be in the runnings to win all of those. So just donate and you'll be up for it. We'll probably run those through at least through the end of Metroid Prime. So, and the Metroid Prime prizes will definitely run through to the end of Metroid Prime 2 at the very least. There are also other donation incentives coming up. We have some choices you can make, some challenges we still haven't met yet. So if you want to see all of those are all up on the donation tracker. The mods will link that in the chat. Alright, well we have one of our first donations coming in directly from PayPal. It's AGDQ donating $10. Tell Miles that there's 25 more in it if he gets a 2-pool Prime Phase 2, and then 25 more if he gets the GA Dash in Prime 2.
Hey, well, he does says he has to go towards baby and monkey.
You have to get the flyby skill too. Oh no, he's using his items.
It's actually possible to avoid this, but then you lose it again when he lands on Talon, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so no pulling a Prime 2 is good.
Totally isn't a trick like that in Prime 2.
Oh, no. Can't do that in Prime 2 totally. Totally not surprised.
Alright, so some of you have already tried out the new donation system, and it's pretty cool. I think you'll agree. Now, I want to give a big shout out to the guys who made this all possible. We have our own SMK in the building here who just did all this. His name is Steven Kaisik, and also giving him a really solid hand were Cool Maddie and also Worm, I believe. They deserve an extremely big round of applause for what they just did. Yeah, so just to clarify, chip-in went down, and at that very moment, SMK took it upon himself to basically write an entirely new donation system almost from scratch, right?
Yeah, we wrote chip-in.
Basically, yeah.
There's actually a big sequence break he's about to do here.
Alright, first try, way to go.
Right, yeah,
You're not
so...
supposed to get this until way later in the game.
Right, so we were kind of aware of these problems from the start of the marathon, but we had to really quickly flesh it out and finish it right away here. So that's what you're seeing. We're done, because all thanks to SMK, so that's the guy you have to
We
thank.
have 2 conversations going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So he just got the space jump boost earlier. You're normally not supposed to get this until much later in the game, after boost ball. But he did it using a dash jump. Normally, when you're locked onto something, you're able to dash left or right. And that's normally just supposed to be a short burst of speed to let you dodge attacks or something, but if you let go of L, then you actually just keep flying.
Yeah.
So you can use that to get ridiculous distances.
Yeah,
so.
it's fine. Your forward speed is capped, but your sideways speed is not. So you
Yeah.
can just fly sideways.
So,
Right there is when many runs were ruined back in the day by a crash.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't happen on Wii's, so.
Yeah, so I don't have to deal with it.
So since he has the double jump early, that lets him pretty much completely break the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Like right now, he can do this instead of getting the missile launcher. When you get a missile expansion, it basically just acts like you got the missile launcher. So he has 5 missiles now.
Also, the missile thing he just got requires grapple beam, which he
Yeah, it's supposed to
completely bypassed
be
that
more
as well.
grapple beam, yeah. He's going to jump over the fight you only have to do to get the warp wall here.
So I'm just skipping everything at the beginning.
You're basically doing nothing as intended.
Pretty much. It's Metroid Prime.
Now the boss music can continue to play after you leave the room.
Yeah. This music keeps playing for a very long time.
Until the next point, the music would change immediately.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's obviously heard it a few times. Right, you can continue to pimp the new donation tracker now.
Okay.
There's one thing I want to explain first.
Well, I'd actually like to point out that we're now confirmed on the prize block for the new prizes, well, old prizes that we have up. They will be drawn at the end of this run, Metroid Prime, so that's about 2 hours. Yep, we've been pimping them up quite a bit, so I'll read those off quick. I'll read this up again really quick here. We have Blastmaster NES cart, Sophia 3 Perler, Batarang replica, Batman Masterpiece Collector's Edition, Batman Perler, Steam copy of Batman Arkham City ×2, Gravity Suit Samus Perler, Metroid Out of Bounds glitch artwork, Metroid Vanity Plate, and Samus and Metroid's Ukiyo-e print. And those are all for various minimum donation amounts between 5 and 20. So if you donate $20, you'll be in for all of them.
All the projects are $20.
Yes. Oh, and to clarify, everything up through the Arkham City Steam games is those will all be drawn at the end of Metroid Prime. However, the all of the Metroid-related prizes, those will be drawn at the end of Metroid Prime 2. Note that we also have choices and challenge that you can put your donation towards. You will automatically be entered for the prizes, but you can also choose to put it towards any of the many donation incentives we have up there. So go to the donation tracker to see those.
Yeah, Space Jump is so nice.
Not a whole lot to talk about this part.
We can talk about this lovely boss music.
Is this the longest amount you hear the boss music?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna change now.
This is where it finally stops playing. Now he's about to fight a mini boss in Incinerator Drone. I think.
Yeah, it looks really simple, but it takes a random amount of time for the weak point to show up.
Oh,
Like,
this one.
yeah, the first time it can take between 8 and 13 seconds, and then the rest take between 15 and 25 seconds. So there's 35 seconds it can vary, and
Yep.
so it can sometimes go great and sometimes go horribly.
So one point of consistency is that the weak point always faces in the same directions.
Yeah, and I sometimes just forget and just stand on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, it'll face the wall, then the door, then the wall, then the door, and it dies.
Yeah, I generally judge how well I do by the music.
Miles also has to make sure he scans the war wasp, or else he'll lose a lot of time.
Yeah, that 4 scan takes tons of time.
Definitely. Just to clarify, it doesn't actually save time.
Alright, everybody, please put your cell phones on silent.
I was playing Kingscape. It was a secret trap that Miles opened up.
I think one went off yesterday that sounded like a Sonic rain sound effect, and we're all really confused. Wait, where's the sun? Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, that was okay. Could have been faster, but a lot of times it goes a lot worse than that.
And you're not going to do the energy core puzzle, right?
I am going to do it.
Oh.
I'm going to do that one called for 16.
So pretty soon he's going to go out of bounds, and he's going to go get the ice beam early, which is way earlier than we're normally supposed to get it.
And it is easy to mess up, and if you do mess it up, you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to different tricks and techniques to walk going out of bounds, because the physics of the game behave completely differently out of bounds than they do in bounds for some reason. So it's probably a little too complicated to really explain coherently on screen.
The things you're always staying on the ground, basically,
Yeah, pretty much.
and doesn't let you jump.
So you now have 15 missiles, and you still haven't got the missile launcher.
No, he doesn't get this.
I'm gonna have like 150 missiles before getting the missile.
Yeah. The missile launcher is pretty much just a fancy missile expansion with the cutscene and the special item acquired box.
With 100% definition, though, you still haven't got the missile launcher?
Yeah, it counts as a percent, so you have to get it.
What all counts as the first time for people who aren't familiar with the game?
All upgrades you get and expansions, like so all missile expansions, all energy tanks, all power bombs, all artifacts, and then all the major upgrades.
For some reason, Phase on 2 doesn't count.
Yeah, that's Phase on 2 doesn't count, so at the end of the game it jumps from 98% to 100%.
Yeah.
And it assumes you have the gravity suit, right?
No.
No.
No, the cutscene screws up and it displays whichever suit is next in line, regardless of what suit you're actually picking up. So if you don't have, so if you don't have gravity suit and you pick the phase on suit, it shows gravity suit in the cutscene.
To get out of balance, Miles just did something called a ghetto jump. Correct? Would you mind explaining what a ghetto jump is?
It's actually a pretty simple trick. You basically just jump when you're going up a slope or when you're rubbing against a slanted surface or something, and it makes you jump higher.
Like a lot of times you see Miles jump, he's actually doing a ghetto jump.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like it or anything like that, but
It's a pretty simple trick you can use almost everywhere, unless you get a lot of extra height in some places. So basically, the game will only load two rooms at a time. If you try to load more than 2 rooms at once, the game will crash. So he's gotta make sure he hits all the load triggers on the way to make sure it unloads the previous room and loads the next one.
Yeah, and I've got to keep switching the room to the next room, which you do, but
Yeah.
usually by landing on top of the door.
Yeah, you can tell which room he's in by looking at the mini-map in the upper right corner. When you see that switch, then he's moved rooms.
Okay, right here, I need to make sure the room is loaded, so I will shoot it, and my shots are stopped by it, so I know it's there.
And let me just say, this is like 100 times harder than Miles is making it look.
It's like
He's
1,000 times harder.
He's just insanely good at this.
and if you mess up once,
back
you lose
in.
so much time.
And just to clarify, this is a 100% run, so we didn't have that up on the stream before.
He's going to watch the cutscene here because it'll let him switch to ice beam faster at the end. And the cutscene doesn't count on
Yeah, I'm aiming for in-game time, which is not count cutscenes or text boxes or pausing the game or anything.
Basically, anytime you don't have control of Samus, the timer isn't running. Did you hit that?
I think.
I think you missed.
It doesn't even matter.
It's not a big deal.
Like in 100%, I have to wait at the door anyway.
Okay.
So,
I should do that all then.
because I can. Just carry over from 80%. That's better.
Yeah. There's a little knob sticking out of the wall there you jump on to get to that bomb spot early. You're normally supposed to use the spider ball to get it. But this Miles is not going to.
Yeah, these enemies are completely random.
Yeah.
Just show up whenever they want to. Okay, good so far, but...
This is the first one of the game, so it's a bit weaker than most of them.
Well, it's not weak.
Oh, it isn't? I thought it had low health.
No.
Oh. Well, it's easier.
That was not good. Okay, now it's good.
I'm going to play this cutscene and let these two overlap, basically.
Yeah. Saves about 5 seconds in game, and more than that, real time, because the two cutscenes playing at the same time.
Random bomb.
Yeah, you just hold A when you morph and that's it.
I didn't know that. First energy tank.
Yep. And I get my second energy tank in like 20 seconds.
So we have quite a few donation comments coming in, as I'm sure you can understand. I know we have some
go
really
ahead.
awesome commentary for this run, so I'm just going to leave it up to you guys to tell me when I can read those out.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, this is a good time.
Okay. So we have Kyle Daigle donating $10. Great work rebuilding the donation page. Keep up the good emergency work. Cody Perham donates $10. Shout out to Andy Milanakis on the couch. Steven Sunberg donates $35. Woo! Workarounds. Thanks for the fix. Gonna try at the massive prize pool. Put this towards Cosmo's OOT run. Hypnox donates $40. I want this $40 to go to whatever Mirrored wants, and good luck on the Metroid run, Miles. Good luck and have fun.
I'm torn, because I was going to put all donations that were applied to what I want to my choice for the Wind Waker file name, but now there's the OOT any percent, too. And I think I have to put it towards the OOT any percent.
Alright, Hypnox towards OOT 80%. Keep going?
Yeah.
Alright. We got $11 from Clint Villa. Put this towards the Dark Souls Glitches exhibition. That price stacking. Yes, indeed. Brian Phillips donates $20. Hey, hopefully this is working now, and apparently yes it is. Just wanted to say this is a great marathon so far, and I'd like to put this 20 towards Cosmo's OOT any % run. You and a lot of people apparently, and again, for those who don't know, we have $10,000 of donation incentive for Cosmo to run 80% Ocarina of Time. So if you'd like to see that, get that in.
Random note, there's actually a way to get over to Runic Symbol Gate.
Yeah, having the ice beam changes a lot of things in that room, so I think it's pretty close, and scanning them is slightly faster to open the gates.
The reason there's Chozo ghosts everywhere is because he has the ice beam. That's normally what's showing up all over the place.
And now for the worst boss ever.
Yes. This boss has like 2 minutes of cutscenes. How long was it? 120?
No, it's like 2.5 minutes of cutscenes
Wow.
if you count the very cutscene afterwards.
The actual gameplay is really cool, but it's pretty much nothing compared to that. Yeah, do you have any more donation comments?
You're up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, first, I
Alright.
want to mention that you don't. The bomb slots aren't actual bomb slots, so you don't have to get into them. You just have to get close to them. So I can just go to the side like this and bomb them.
It doesn't apply to the
Yeah.
first time though. Something like that.
Yeah, they don't activate until you hit the first mirror, and by that point, you may as well just bomb one because
Yeah.
nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, so you can read them out.
Yeah. We're good for donation
Great.
comments until he gets out of this room.
Okay. Alright, we have $170 from Ryan Myers. Hyped for Metroid Prime, and thanks to the Batman crew for glitchy goodness. We also have $5 from Benjamin Allen. Great job getting donations back online. Throwing in my cash for the huge bevy of prizes up for grabs, including that awesome Metroid artwork. Dale Pauls donates $20. Put this towards singing the ending to Portal 2. Marjorie Delamere donates $25. Usagi here. Kieran demands someone defenestrates Cyberbot X. So, sorry about that. Ben Johnston donates $125. My mother beat cancer, but it was only due to research and early detection that such things happen. Put the donation towards the any percent Ocarina of Time run. And yes, all of your donations go straight to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So if we could have someone plug that in chat.
We'll need somewhere to put his feet up during this boss fight.
There's one more gigantic cutscene to watch, and then we're done.
So many cutscenes.
And it's so dramatic about how she gets just a suit.
Yeah. These cutscenes are way too long. They do not have to be this long, but they are.
Put on a t-shirt!
Here's an interesting piece of trivia. When you lose all your items, your health refills. When you pick up the various suit, it doesn't. So, losing your stuff makes refills your health, and regaining your stuff doesn't.
Yeah, I think the reason is like your current health is in the same location that your inventory is, so it just resets everything there.
Oh, that would make sense. So he's about to do a trick called Early Wild. That's you're normally supposed to come back here to get the artifact of Wild after you have Super Missiles and Spider Ball. He's gonna do this, and basically when you're rubbing against that corner there, the morph ball falls a lot more slowly, and that lets you use more bombs. So you can basically do an infinity bomb jump here and get back to the top. So the trigger that changes Sun Tower is like halfway down the shaft. So he goes halfway down, then bomb jumps back up. And that lets him fight the Chozo ghosts in Sun Chamber and get the artifact early. And it doesn't actually really save any time 100%, but it looks really cool, so he's doing it.
If you do mess it, it's a lot harder than it looks actually, and if
yeah.
you do mess it up, you can't go back and try it again.
It's way faster than 80%, but in 100% if he comes back later, he would have X-ray visor and super missiles, or maybe the supers, I'm not sure.
I don't have extra yet, it's just the first.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, if you
I struggle.
you can just fire charge shots just like this. It's really difficult.
Yeah, you can get these guys to unlock, but it's pretty hard to pull off. You basically have to hit them while they're trying to escape. Right as they're about to dash. And then I'll just let you hit them again.
Yes.
Wow, this is really good so far. He has one left.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let that move and hope it reappears quickly.
That's the bad spot.
He still got
Oh,
it.
good, good. That was really good.
Yes. Yeah, and there was this, was right where it appeared, so I collected it during the cutscene.
Nothing to dash off. Oh, there.
That didn't work so well.
Yeah, that could have gone a bit better. Donations?
Alright. We have $15 from Colin Cato. Hi, and thanks to everyone for the speedrun so far. It's been a great marathon so far, raised a ton of money, and we're not even halfway done. Let's keep it up. Put this to Cosmo's OOT any % run. Michael Hall donates $20. Put this towards Cosmo's run. I'm just gonna say Cosmo, basically, whenever someone donates for that.
That is a good call.
Yeah, good idea.
Driscollad donates $125. Radix, the reason I ever found SDA. Radix. Sorry. The Godfather.
What about me?
No, that was on the same comment.
One more quick note. There's an artifact in the next room that you normally need super missiles for, but you actually don't need them. You can just fire 2 missiles at it and it'll break when you pick up the artifact.
The game intends for you to have X-ray visors to be able to see that, but
Yeah.
you don't need it actually.
Yeah, so you can just get it now.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Radix basically invented the other game section of Speed Demo's archive, and the first game outside of Quake on the site was his classic 1 hour 37-minute 100% run of Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
Which was done segmented.
Yeah.
And I redid it for months at a time.
So
and
that's
this
the
guy over
origin
here
of
is
the
gonna destroy
Godfather.
it in the next 2 hours.
Yeah, he got 2 122s while practicing earlier today. That's 15 minutes faster than Radix's classic 137.
But there's been a lot of new things discovered
Yeah,
in those
a lot.
intervening
A
7
lot.
years.
Speaking of which, does anyone want to get any early guesses on the final time?
115. That's 3 minutes faster than his best.
117.
You can do it. Come on.
Should wrap up on the board over here. 125.
Yeah, we should get like a scoreboard or something. Like get their predictions in early.
You could write it
Oh,
out.
we have one of these things, right?
I need a Sharpie. This doesn't show up on the paper. We have Sharpies.
I can grab one.
There's one on the table over there.
They have plenty of Sharpies.
Just a random thing that misconception about Metroid Prime. A lot of people seem to think that doors opening is random. It's not. It's actually the next room door is still. The game is still loading the next room.
Went lower than
Yeah,
anticipated.
The loading always takes a consistent amount of time. So a lot of the time what he has to do is instead of getting to the next door as fast as possible, he has to the next load trigger as fast as possible. And then sometimes he'll just do random crap to waste time because he's waiting for the next room to load anyway.
And that's why
Like
the game
that,
is always
right?
big room, small room, big room, small room, big room, small room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
You can do the small rooms as fast as you want, it won't help.
Okay. I go 121.
Says 121?
That's Miles for getting an energy tank.
Good thing you realize now.
I can't write that fast. Hang on.
About loading, there's throwaway slow room, but basically the one that matters almost everywhere is you have to touch an invisible load trigger somewhere inside the room. And there's another way to load rooms, which is shooting a door and getting close to it. But in almost everywhere, you will hit a load trigger in the room before you will get close enough to the door.
Yeah, that usually happens out of bounds.
Yeah, that's basically the only place it applies unless you basically purposely go out of your way to avoid load
I'm going to guess 120.
Also,
Correct.
before he entered the elevator, you
Yeah,
saw him
120.
do something called an instant unmorph, where if there's something blocking Samus, the morph ball, and the camera, and you unmorph, then you skip the unmorphing animation, which saves time.
He's going to do another ghetto jump right here.
This is another ghetto jump here.
Yeah.
But instant unmorph allows for some interesting tricks that you'll see a lot more in Prime 2. You don't really see them much in Prime 1. But regardless, it still saves time.
Yeah, in Prime 1, you can't really get instant unmorphs as usual. You usually have to have some kind of obstruction. Prime 2, you can do it on pretty much every single wall in the game, so you'll see a lot of that in Prime 2.
The techniques that we're referring to are the BS space and roll jumps, which we'll go over what they are in Prime 2.
Yeah, basically, while you're morphed, whenever you go airborne, like rolling off the edge or using a bomb jump, you're considered to be standing in the air for about a third of a second. Shoot.
How many frames?
22 frames, which is close enough. But, yeah, so normally the unmorph animation takes a full second, so you can't jump within that 22 frame window, but getting an instant unmorph lets you jump in time.
Also, most of the stuff he does doesn't work on trilogy versions.
Yeah.
Just letting you guys know.
Yeah, before you ask.
If you want to speedrun the game, do not play trilogy version.
Also, don't say anything except the original 0-00 release of Metroid Prime. All the other versions have a bunch of these tricks fixed. So you want to explain your strat on Shigok?
During his, braving attack right here, he's 6 times weak to bombs. So you just bomb him and he takes a ton of damage.
And if he unmorphs here and shoots missiles out of space in between.
Yeah, that was actually not a very good fight.
Oh, yeah. Barely missed.
Yeah, I was trying to shoot the crates over there so we could get some stuff to dash off of, but he missed.
Also, you're supposed to get boost ball before wave beam because you're supposed to get boost ball, then get chase jump, then wave beam. But he already has.
No, I was playing about switching to our game. What?
But he already has space jump, so you can go ahead and get wave beam immediately.
Yeah.
So annoying to not have this here.
I think this is a good time for donating.
This is a good time for donations.
Okay. So we have some more donation comments here. We have Angela Proto donating $15. I'm donating during the Metroid run for the Metroid prizes. That's a good idea.
117.
We also have Joseph Anthony Parrots III donating $30. Keep up the good work, guys. Put this towards Rescue Luigi. Richard Despas donates $25. Awesome marathon, guys. Keep it up. Put this towards the Blaster Master card. Now, again, you are automatically entered for the prizes if you donate the minimum amount required. So, if you want to go towards a choice or a challenge instead, that would be a good idea. Keith Farley, $20. Cosmo.
Barely made that.
There's a giant platformy section he's normally supposed to do there that he just completely skipped.
You're normally supposed to lower the platform, but he already has space jump, and with the ghetto jump, you can just get on top of the first platform without moving them.
Yeah. So now that he has Boost Ball, you're going to see him using that constantly, because it's by far the fastest, easiest method of movement.
Yeah. It is faster than scan dashing. So.
We forgot to mention this, but throughout the entire run, you basically see him jump everywhere. Like, not dash jumping, but when he's just moving around normally. Have we talked about that?
No, we didn't talk about that.
We haven't.
Go ahead and talk about that.
Well, what he's doing a lot is L jumping. That's just basically when you press L while you're jumping. And it makes you go faster than a normal walking or
Well, the thing is, when you initially jump, for about a quarter of a second, you slow down. But then after that, you speed up. But while you're holding L, your speed is fixed. So you hold L for the first quarter of a second, then let it go, and your speed starts increasing, so you can go a lot faster.
You'll see him do L jumps, even though at certain points, because there are sometimes boost ball isn't really applicable in some situations.
Because you have to morph and then charge and boost. Then
This place sucks without Plasma Beam.
this does. So much.
Oh yeah.
ice beam seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah, that's a lot more.
I don't think there's Metroids in this game.
Like games.
One missile.
Yeah, that's not too good. I'd turn over.
Hopefully the pirate here gets me some
Yeah, the pickups in Metroid Prime don't care about how much ammo or health you have, so you might not get more missiles.
Yes,
Oh,
I
you
did.
You did, good.
Yeah, and in Echoes, like, the drops you get are very dependent on what you currently have. Like, if you're out of power bombs, for example, you are very likely to get power bombs. Why can I not move
I
on?
think it's not there. Jump down, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's never happened before.
There's the first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened?
There was no pirate there. It's rock on.
Oh, yeah, he dropped down, so who knows where. Let's kill pirates instead. Back there. No?
There we go.
What? What?
Now he has to backtrack to get one missile expansion before he keeps going.
Yeah.
You need super missiles for this expansion.
Waiting for the next one to load so it doesn't cost any time to pick up.
I'm really wrong. I thought I had no names. Yeah, but no, there's a trick coming up.
Oh, yeah, I was going to explain that. Right here, he's, when he goes into this next room, there's normally supposed to be, a space pirate fight.
A horrendously long space pirate fight.
Yeah, but the trigger is actually just in front of the door, so he's going to just go just barely in front of it and then jump over it instead of going through it. So he basically doesn't set off the pirate fight at all.
Meaning the game thinks you've never encountered flying pirates in Pirate Game.
Oh, no.
And he missed. You're only supposed to need plasma beam to do this, so he's jumping over the fence to try to shoot the missile at that thing. Because over there somewhere there's some ice that's supposed to melt to get a better shot.
And again, that shot's a lot harder than it looks.
If you need to switch the clothes, you can say.
Miles?
Donations? Okay.
We didn't have much luck.
When he's on his way out of this Morphball tunnel here, he's got to slow down a bit because he's at risk of setting off the spike trigger again.
For now, I'll just read donations. Alright.
Yeah, donations now.
So we have Andrew Araki donating $20. I've been waiting for a chance to try on that Sophia Perler for a while. Put this on OOT any %. After seeing the game dominated, I want to see it break down and start crying. Holly Brooks donates $40. Thanks for doing the Dracula Richter dialogue earlier. It was great. Put this money to killing the animals. Good choice.
Oh my god, there's Metroid in this game.
It cancels out Sakamoto's canon, which means Other M never happened.
Metroid's in this game.
The baby.
No, we are not mentioning that. Well, Baby and Super Monkey Ball, feel free to talk about as much as you want.
What do you guys want to bet that the chat is talking about Other M?
Oh, they are now.
Thanks a lot, Rex. Well, people always bring up Other M. Someone else said the baby first, so that wasn't me. Don't blame me.
I'm putting that one on you, but it was masterful.
Hey, someone else said the baby first.
Alright, we also have Tim Styles donating $50. This event has been awesome so far. It's full of humor, glitches, and skill. Too many good runs to list. Also, Cosmo.
Wow, nice save.
If he fell to the bottom, he had to waste time coming back up.
When you morph, you pretty much cancel all your vertical momentum for a second, so that helped him there.
Yeah, your speed is reset to 0.
That doesn't really help anything except, you know, saving some mistakes. And now Samus is going to completely ignore all this stuff flying at her. Because she's in a cutscene, damn it.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be flying.
Yeah. Oh, you killed them? Or?
No, they're just sometimes on fire.
Oh.
The game intends for you to backtrack out using normalize and wave beam, but he has her ice beam ready, so screw that.
Yeah.
Now you can just go to the other side of Negrana.
Right now, though, I need to get plasma, so I have to kind of
He's going to get Plasma first, then Spark Vendrona.
Yeah.
Normally, Plasma Beam requires you to have, I think, Grapple Beam and Spider Ball.
Well, yeah.
Typically.
It needs grapple just to lay aside. Because that's in the phase on mines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have switched to that.
Grapple is probably one of the most stupidly easy items to skip in the game.
Was the first time to skip after thermal.
Unfortunately, that's not the case in Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah,
I
grapple
mean,
is
it's not like you're jumping abnormally fast and twice earlier than you should in the game.
I'll double check that when it's coming.
That grapple is really needed when you jump that far.
Yeah, grapple is it's a lot harder to skip in Prime 2 than 1.
Oh my god.
But he's gonna go for it, so you gotta stay tuned for that.
After Prime 1, be sure to watch Prime 2. If you think Prime 1 is broken, wait until Prime 2.
Yeah, Prime 2 is
even
like
more broken.
Yeah, Prime 2 is pretty much 100 times more broken than Prime 1 at this point.
Like a few years back, a lot of runners thought that Prime 2 was not broken at all, and then what happened today?
Everyone always thinks games aren't broken the second they come out.
Every game is broken.
Yeah. Most of the time when a big game comes out, you see people saying that it's going to be unbreakable 5 days after the game comes out. They're usually wrong. So, at the top here, he's only supposed to have Spider Ball to get to the door to cloud processing, but there's a couple different methods you can use to get to the door without Spider Ball. I'm not sure which one he's going to. There's a really small incline on the spider track here, so he's going to try to do a ghetto jump off of it.
Yes.
You got it!
Nice. The safer method is you go on the side of the wall and couple on and ghetto jump onto one of the square spider wall tracks.
The ghetto he just did is actually a really hard trick. So yeah.
Yeah, it saves like 6 seconds compared to the
We are supposed to be hitting stop.
And now he's going back to Negrana. He's going to duck some items on the far side, and then he's going to get Spider Ball.
Again, stay tuned because the start of this fight is very impressive.
I hope so. It has been going very well.
Kind of random, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not too random, it just is very precise. And if you're not... yeah, if you mess up once, it messes up the entire rest of the fight, pretty much.
There's a trick in any percent where you want to skip the spider ball by doing something called a Stardust Dash. And basically a one-time trick where if you miss it, you have to fight Stardust for the collection of 3 minutes.
Yeah, when you go into the back, you can see him sitting in the middle of the arena. He's just a big pile of rocks, and you can actually jump on him and stand on top of him before you trigger the fight. So you can actually do a jump from the top of Stardust and get back out through the front entrance without triggering the fight. That saves a lot of time at an 8%, but obviously you need Spider Ball for 100%.
It used to be faster to get a spider.
Phase 9.
There's some interesting facts. Miles was working on.
Well, I will work on it.
Make sure you donate and say if you want Miles to be segment 9 when he gets money.
But he was working on a segmented run for Metroid Prime 80%, and the route that he used got Spider Ball, so he could save the entire trip to Phase on Mines. But after he got 2 or 3 segments into Phase on Mines,
I got
I think
3 segments. I have to redo 3 segments because Like,
TR found a trick to be able to do phase on mines in one trip
Yeah,
without
one
spider
of the
ball.
ones he has to redo is the power bomb main segment, so that's not fun.
The power ball maze is random.
Yep. But more on that later.
Hey, when it breaks next time.
Donations?
If we have some time now, can we actually show the prizes again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? Oh, this isn't a good time to show the prizes? Okay, should be good.
He's gonna do another ghetto jump to get out of the water because normally you need gravity suit.
Ghetto jumps in water with our gravity suit are stupidly broken. They just give you a ridiculous amount of height.
Yeah, it's like intended is that you're supposed to have grapple beam, which you're supposed to have gravity suit to get more grapple beam.
Basically, in this game, if you're not supposed to do something, you can do it.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have grapple be up here too. Grapple is useless. There's not a single thing you need grapple for that you actually need it for.
Well, it has its uses. It's not needed, but it has its uses, I think. That was limited though.
The only thing you need grapple for is making the percent counter hit 100.
Yeah, it would help though if I wasn't getting it so late in the round.
Okay, so I'm gonna start plugging the prizes again,
Alright,
if we can.
go ahead.
Yes, okay, and we might be able to show some of them on stream here too, but I'll just read them off what we have. We have the Blaster Master NES cart, which is signed by Rich... I forget. And that is for a minimum of a $5 donation. You'll be entered for that. And we also have the Sophia 3 Perler for Blaster Master, and that's a minimum of $20 donation. We also have the Batarang replica. That's the Blaster Master NES card right there that we're showing on stream. For a minimum of $5. And that comes with the box there too. And it's all signed. We also have the Batarang replica for Batman, and that's $10 minimum donation. And we also have a Batman Masterpiece Collector's Edition for $10 minimum. Batman Perler. Oh, that's the Batarang right there. Yep, and I think, okay, yeah, we're getting the Batman Masterpiece Collector's Edition up there now too, which will be both of those for a minimum of $10. Okay, and we also have a Batman Perler for a minimum of $5 donation. Yes, yep. So we're showing them right now there, the Batman Perlers. And we also have 2 Steam copies of Batman Arkham City Game of the Year Edition, both for a minimum of $5 donation. Yeah, unfortunately we can't really show those on stream, so yeah. Alright, and that's all of the prizes that will be going through to the end of this run Metroid Prime, so you want to donate right away for the minimum amount if you want to get in for those. You got time? Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll also show the Gravity Suit Samus Perler right now, which is also for a minimum of $20 donation.
This one is fragile, but hopefully this can see. See them okay?
That is a nice Perler.
It's huge. It's really big.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
Okay, and that one, you can donate for that now, but that will also be running through to the end of Metroid Prime 2 as well as the Metroid Out of Bounds Glitch artwork for $5, the Metroid Vanity Plate for $10, and the Samus and Metroid's Ukiyo-e print for $15, and it looks like we're going to be showing those too.
No, I thought I made it.
Yeah, I just missed a dash jump to get.
Wait for a second. Let's do this.
This isn't going too well.
So he's trying to get a missile tank.
Yeah, he missed the dash, so he's trying to use Stardust as a platform to get back up. Try it again. There we go.
Yeah, so that's similar to the Claris dash, except for the actual Claris dash, you have a very thin opening you have to dash into.
And with the Stardust dash, if you miss, you're screwed. So, yeah, that's
Alright, here's the Stardust fight.
I talk about your shot here, or...
It's plasma missile, probably. Yeah, whatever you see me doing. I hope.
It's the power bomb that he's going to use for the last play.
Yeah, you can't lock on while he's rolling around, which makes it pretty difficult to deal with.
Pain, and that's pretty much it.
So you have to manually aim the last shot.
Also, you actually don't need thermal blaster damage.
Yeah, you don't, but
it helps
once you lock on.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to have plasma beam for this fight.
Yeah.
He's also really good at aiming at targets.
Yeah.
What makes it impressive?
He's just really good at the entire game. So now all the steps in this big power bomb at the right time. He's got it.
We're gonna show off the prizes now after that great boss fight. So these are the prizes up for the Metroid block, which means they'll be available to donate for through Metroid Prime 2. We have the Out of Bounds glitch artwork, the Metroid Vanity Plate, and the Samus and Metroid's Ukiyo-e print, which were for $5, $10, and $15 respectively minimum donations.
That Nate's license plate.
He matches R instead of holding it, then he goes up the spider track faster.
Yeah, very slightly faster. That's one spot where rapid fire missiles is really useful.
Yeah, see, what's nice about Metroid Prime is missiles are actually useful.
Yeah, like having 250 missiles is actually useful.
Unlike in Primes 2 and 3.
Unlike most of the 2D ones. Also.
From 3.
Let's not talk
missiles
about
are kind of
that.
useless in Prime 3, period.
Yeah,
After upgrades are useless.
let's not get into that right
That's
now.
not Prime 3.
I could bring up the video that we know that for every game that is normally played with a shorter tone, but the power bomb is going to still play the longer tone.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
It's a really bizarre thing for us.
I guess because they're more limited, or they get it better. Like, there's not 200 of them.
Yeah, there's only 4.
Something interesting with the power bombs is the game decides what percent you have based on what's in your inventory, and when you get the power bombs, you're normally supposed to start with 4. So when he gets all 4 power bomb expansions later in the run, his percentage is actually going to drop by 2.
Yeah, because all 4 of those power bomb expansions only give you 1% total.
Yeah.
And so when I get the main power bomb later, it jumps by 4. So
For the most part, he's basically just cleaning up Androna Drift. He's almost done getting everything in Androna.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct in saying that he's going to go back to Chozo with everything.
go through 9 more, get what's left there.
is a good time to donate.
Yeah. Donate.
Okay. I'm gonna read out some more donations here, but I'd just like to remind people, since we've been out for a while now, that all of the money you donate goes directly to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And I'm just gonna let you know a little bit about them. The mission of the Prevent Cancer Foundation is saving lives through cancer prevention and early detection. Their vision is to stop cancer before it starts. I'm gonna skip the rest and just go straight to donation comments because we have quite a few. So Kevin Gersel donates $20 and he says, "Congrats to SMK for being a techno master. Put this towards naming Paula Huzzah in Earthbound." So again, SMK is the one who majorly spearheaded the effort to completely replace Chippin. So major props to him.
I don't think they charge you down stream.
Say what?
Little trick here, if he morphs into it, then it'll overlap the cutscenes again. That saves some real time.
Can we go in?
More donations, right?
Yeah.
Should be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Kevin Ladner donating $50. Since the first speedrun I ever saw was Cosmo's OOT run last year, I have to donate for the 80% run this year. Also, how much do we need to raise to see another MST run from it? I have a note here that says that's not on the table. It would set the schedule too far back. So, sorry. Yeah, if you donate 250,000, we promise we'll do it.
Yeah, 250,000.
You better watch it.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't open my mouth there, considering the viewer base we're contending with.
If it gets us 250,000, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah? How many viewers do we have? That's a good question.
Yeah, if any of you happen to be rich and you really want to see a live run, there you go.
Apparently we have 23,000 viewers right now. Wow.
Awesome.
Metroid Prime.
Yeah, it's Metroid Prime.
Freaking Metroid Prime.
So,
3,000 is so low.
we have an interesting comment here. $30 from William Manning, who says, "Let the most British person in the room decide." I don't know.
Totally
I do. Well, everybody was commenting about Adam and how British he was during his amnesia run.
So, what's that precisely?
$30 up for you to decide.
$30. What do we have?
Let's put first rate.
We have quite a bit. Nothing really immediate, but let's see.
No, kill the animals. Kill the animals.
Kill the animals.
Oh, save them!
Kill him.
Okay, well, kill the animals. $30.
Why do you want to morph there?
Because if you go too far there, you'll unload the last room.
All right, can we get going here?
So, and some interesting thing here, in any percent run, you always get the ice spreader because it's right there and really easy to get, and it really helps for the Metroid Prime run.
Let's give Miles some applause for not forgetting Ice Spreader.
You had a run where you forgot it.
Thank you.
You sound so enthusiastic there, Miles.
99%
Something about the beam combos in general, super missiles and ice missiles, ice spreader. Sorry, I was thinking fusion for some reason. They both are very useful, I think, if I'm correct in saying that. Wave Buster is not collected in any percent because you just don't have the missiles and it's a detour. And Flamethrower is useless.
Yeah.
It uses so many missiles that it is only useful in 100% where you get everything.
And Wave Buster actually does more damage in the Wave Team itself, so you might as well use it on Metroid Prime because you have the missiles.
Can anyone even aim the flamethrower?
No.
Miles probably could, but I mean, there's no reason to.
Well, we have $100 from Nathan Janke, who says major
Eight.
Yeah. He says major props to Miles for appearing at the marathon for a good cause.
Nate is the guy who owns Metroid2002.com, which is the best resource on the internet for Metroid Prime sequence making. You know, a little bit after it.
A little bit.
He also does just a little bit of the video encoding for SGA.
Yeah, that
just
too.
a small amount.
Yeah, Nate is one of the more integral members of SDA.
Yeah.
And back in the day, Nate and I were competing on the 100% run, and I ended up winning.
You won by what, like
Putting in
35
some
minutes?
historical facts. I could keep going if you want.
This specific run, this Metroid Prime 100% run, has quite a lot of history at SDA.
Here's a historical fact. Miles is about to beat Radicus by 15 minutes.
Well, the time won't be known for a while now.
It's gonna be at least 15 minutes.
If anyone's ever interested in learning about the Metroid series or speedrunning it, Metroid2002.com is a great resource. At least the forums are more up to date. So if
It's
you ever
not
want to,
entirely up to date, but it's a really good start. It has a lot of good information on it.
yeah, the forums are a great place to go on if you want to like learn more about the tricks or new routes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For basically the main games, all Prime series, Fusion, Zero Mission, Super Metroid especially.
All right, we have another $20 from Michael Mann. Great job getting Chippin replaced so fast. Keep up the great work, AGDQ. Trenton Thomas, $20. Blindfolded OOT must happen.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure about that. I'll put you down as Cosmo there. Oh, we do actually have one blindfolded challenge for OOT. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we do.
Off topic, but Runner Guy did get door time skip blindfolded. First try too.
And there's some stuff sticking out of the ceiling that he just hit. So that kind of screwed over his dash. There's a decent backup strat though that he just used. Something to note about this game is that it's so detailed that pretty much everything can be jumped on. So that's useful.
They decided to get rid of all that in Prime 3 and Prime 2 to some extent.
Here you're supposed to shoot out the support pillars with missiles, but you can just dash jump onto the sides here and jump up. And since the tower's supposed to keep shifting down as you go up, but he didn't do it, so after this cutscene's done, he's going to spawn underneath the platform and fall all the way back down.
If you remember when he got super missiles, the same thing happened there as well. You're supposed to do a puzzle for super missiles to lower a platform with super missiles, but he didn't lower it, so when he got super missiles, it spawned him below the platform.
But the game reloads you where it thinks you're supposed to be when you pick up the upgrade.
And it unintentionally saves you time in going back down.
Yeah, in this case it does. I think it wastes time with super missiles.
Well, you have to
right, yeah, missile.
You don't have to backtrack it. Would waste time.
It wastes time when you actually pick up the work.
Alright, I'm going to start reading some more comments here, but first I'd like to announce that we passed 500 individual donations. 5,000! 5,000!
You guys are nearing the Awesome Games Done Quick 2012 total, which is about 5,600 in less than half the time we've been running our marathon.
Technically, we've also passed 500.
What's our donation total at?
It's just a little shy of 120,000.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Alright, and as far as the actual donations, Raymond Deneen donates $100. Heldon Levin here put this $100 towards letting Miles play baby in Monkey Ball.
Yes!
There's a more ball tunnel puzzle he was supposed to do to pick up that missile expansion, but he just jumped straight up to the ending. But skipped the entire thing. Hey, coming up, he's going to finally pick up the missile launcher.
And he totally fights the boss.
He's got something like 120 missiles right now.
Yeah.
There's a boss that you're supposed to fight to get the missile launcher.
Yeah, he's not
Never
going to
see
do
it.
that though. Because he has space jump, so you can just jump straight across. But even if he didn't have it, you could dash and skip the fight.
Heldon Levin also says 25 more for the single frame X-Ray PB and or another 25 for Grand Abyss.
Oh, electric dash.
I definitely think you should consider
It's too early. Grand Abyss. Which one?
Oh, the one frame.
Yeah, definitely you're supposed to.
Oh, that's totally worth it.
By one frame powerbomb, we mean a trick for X-ray visor, where if you think you're trying to powerbomb into the perfect frame, you blow up into the walls around while you get the X-ray visor.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
It's gonna be in a while though.
Yeah, it might be better to explain that when we get there.
Alright, so they'll explain that when they get there. Also, we have $20 from Matthew Belisle. That Samus Perler looks amazing, and I hope to win it, but what I wish the most is this money to be helpful to the PCF. Oh, and also, go Miles!
Go Miles.
Go Miles.
Yeah. Go Miles.
Go Miles.
He's gonna go Miles. Alright, that's so terrible.
There is a chair over there.
Where's the duct tape?
You don't see it, but we have a front chair of shame.
Don't make us use the duct tape, okay?
In the corner right there.
We also have one from Cyberbot X again. So I missed the comment box the first time, oops, but it's for a good cause. Put this to Cosmo. We also have $50 from Jesse Stork. Please have the dude with the Rainbow Dash shirt come stand in front of the camera for a few seconds. Well, there he is.
Blocking my view, man.
Robert Straub donates $20 to Cosmo.
That's another gap he's supposed to use grapple before, but he just dashed on straight grapple.
Yeah,
Wait, you mean there's a grapple beam in this game? I don't think I've ever gotten it.
That's four power ones, right?
yeah. So I just lost 2%. No.
How are we gonna get that back?
By collecting the main power bombs mentioned.
No, I forgot to get more power bombs, but it shouldn't.
More Jojo ghosts.
We have different missiles.
Yeah, these guys are really easy to have super.
Still really annoying.
They take one super missile and one charge shot. You see the Morphle floating over there on the right side of the screen.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Probably saves like 2 seconds. Still looks cool regardless.
Those 2 seconds prevent him from 3 seconds. The last frame count. That's how he's gonna get 120. So what do I win if I get their predictions?
I don't know.
Half the donations. That's not
Do we want to talk about the board we have up there?
Yeah.
I don't know, do we?
Yeah, so several people here started guessing on the time Miles was going to get
For in-game.
in-game, and then Miles put in his own time, and then about half the other people just agreed with Miles.
Miles gets 121. I guess
I'm the only person that agreed with the winning. Oh, there's no. Sorry.
Dude, I trust Miles. He's gonna beat his
There's
TV.
3 people who agree with Miles.
Since there wasn't football, so dude.
There's a bunch of people who didn't believe him and thought he was off by 1 minute.
Also, you're supposed to get shot up by a water geyser. Geyser to get up to the spider ball track, but he skips part of that to save some time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to know.
We also have $5 from Scott Allen. Good stuff, guys. As someone battling it for 7 years, it changes your life. My meager contribution should go for the Blaster Master signed card. I'll contribute more later. Good work.
Oh, you always get a power on there. Well, it means you don't get anything there at the beginning of the game, so I would put that.
So we also have LNL, who donates $20, who says, Legends here. Nice to see the hard work to get back up and running. I'd say all OOT medallions is a little more interesting, but any percent is something to behold. We also have Jeremy Rose donating $200 towards the Use the Bottle Against Ganondorf challenge. And we also have Charles Yoshimura donating $50. This one is for my grandmother who died of stomach cancer. Love to everyone who is working so hard to keep this going. Put 25 towards whatever the person on the runner's right wants it to, and 25 to the person on their right.
So that's me.
So that would be Rax and then Radix.
Radix.
You guys are the
Alright. Put that towards silver for Sonic 06.
Okay, silver.
Final
And
Fantasy IX acting.
okay, we have.
Seriously, guys, vote for silver. He's the most entertaining one.
Don't you want to see someone get kicked?
Hey, dismissal. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if Sonic wins, then you don't get to see Shadow kick silver. So actually, we'll probably go back to that. And
No, we won't. No, we won't. You have to vote for silver in order to get that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
At the beginning of the run, I was wondering if we got that missile tank.
Yeah, I purposely put it off, but then almost forgot.
Forgetting items is bad because
I would have to backtrack for it after trying to remember what.
I know the pain of that.
Everyone in the room would have to try to help you remember what you did.
I think Frax and I will be good out of what you missed. Try to.
I don't even remember where half the items are, so.
Speaking of remembering things, when we get a good moment, Radix, do you want to mention maybe a bit about the time when it was for perhaps people?
Well, I did a run that was 100% in an hour and 37 minutes. And then time passed, and here we are.
So just go over what happened.
I don't really remember anything in between, to be honest.
That's all I need to hear. That's
that pretty much sums it up.
Succinct is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah, I'm sure someone else could fill it in.
Maybe like when some of the tricks were discovered.
He found 21%.
Well, in the beginning, the main thing that was focused on was skipping items. So, like skipping the thermal visor was pretty obvious. And then someone figured out how to skip thermal visor, or thermal visor. I just said that. Grapple beam. And then I think spider ball might have been next. And this was all done.
No, I think super missiles and charge beam were after that.
Well, the order is documented somewhere on Nate's awesome Metroid 2002 site in a bunch of topics called the history of the site or something like that.
Yeah.
This was all discovered back in GameFAQs before we had an actual site.
Yeah, this was back before speedrunning was a thing. That community.
That's not true. There was a speedrunning site that existed, and it was called Speed Demos Archive.
Well, yeah, but
it
was just a Quake site.
It ran
back then.
one game called Quake, the best game
Right.
ever. I will know.
Well, that was before speedrunning games other than Quake was a thing for the most part.
Yes, and Metroid Prime is the reason why we are here today.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Radix.
And this category is the reason.
We do have Metroid Prime, but we don't have Quake.
So it's a little hard to pat yourself on the back, so I was just helping you out there a little bit. Don't want you to strain yourself.
So like Ghetto Jump is found like really fast, right? And things like that.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with the name, but it just kind of stuck.
Interestingly enough, if I remember correctly, I think early Space Jump was first found with like a really tricky bomb jump.
Yeah.
It's also that back then people weren't really looking into out of bounds tricks because it was against the rules because Radix here didn't like them.
Yeah, I had a personal grudge.
I did miss it. I don't know. But yeah, I have to sit there and wait for 5 seconds because this run takes forever for no reason. It's just a save and a timer.
Anyway, it was pretty early on. We found out that the minimum number of items to complete this game was 22%, and then many years later, it continued to drop. I don't even know what it is now. What is it?
21%.
It's still 21. I thought it was even lower.
No, Metroid Prime 2 is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prime 2 is 6%. You skip almost everything in that game. So you start with a bunch of them.
We'll leave the Prime 2 stuff when Prime 2 starts.
Yeah, like Prime 2, it's easier to list what you get and what you skip.
Yeah.
The primary reason the low percent is so high in this game is because all the artifacts count.
Right. So it's more like 9% kind of in Prime 1.
Yeah, it's pretty much 9%.
12 of that percent are just the
Well,
artifacts.
it's more like 10% because...
Oh, it's based on suit.
Yeah, because it has one that doesn't count for no reason.
That's like saying that the current low percent is 22.
If I remember correctly, one of the earliest low percent runs was actually, I think, a minute longer in game time than Rax's 100%, which is kind of ironic considering the two factions that are both segmented.
If you don't do any glitches or anything, you do everything exactly as intended, you need 29% to finish the game. So 21% is a lot of stuff skipped.
I think the original was 22 or 23.
Yeah, 22 is pretty much where it stopped.
Also, it's time for this music.
Look at the list. is right at the top there.
The space jump skip was only finally done about 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, I think 22% was you had to have either space jump or boost ball. There
Yeah.
was no way to skip both of them until recently.
But doing geocore without geothermal core the room before plasma beam was ridiculously hard to do without space jump. And even then, you needed boost ball for it, so it didn't lead to a percent drop.
And don't get your expectations up about seeing a low percentage speed run because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's ridiculously hard.
It's ridiculously hard.
Like, I'm not kidding, it's hard.
Like, you'll see so much wall crawling in Prime 1.
Not even Miles would want to do it. Well, maybe he will, I don't know.
So, compare it to PJ's low percent Lagoon run that's still in progress. What's the difficulty of that?
Probably
Way
more
harder.
difficult. It's ridiculous.
I don't know a thing about
Are
Lagoon, but
you
if he's
kidding
running
me?
it, then that means it's way easier than 21%.
I think you underestimate how masochistic PJ can be at times.
Prime 1 is horrible. Like, in low percent.
You cannot run 21%, period.
It's not, you can't call it a speed run.
I think 6% is pretty bad too at this point.
It would be neat to see a TAS eventually, though. A task, whatever you want to call it.
I've watched Miles streaming sometimes, and I can just watch him try. I forget. It was in Phase on Mines, like the tunnel where the puffers come.
Oh,
Like,
that!
you
Oh
were-
my god.
You were like there for like 45 minutes and you didn't get it.
Yeah, that is a really, really hard bomb jump.
I was in his stream once also when he was trying to do a 21% run. Not speed run, just a random run. I think one of the big moves was Torvis Bog. I forgot the name of it. Where you're just trying to climb up to the top towards the elevator to Chosen Ruins.
What?
What's that?
Torvis Bog, the Chosen.
No, I don't quite remember the name of the room, but it was just a really hellish room in Talon Overworld somewhere that you spent like hours on and you couldn't get it.
That's
So it takes a lot of time.
Basically, it's a lot of time.
yeah, crash site.
I think it was Crash Site, yeah.
It's probably worth mentioning, like, one of the reasons why Metroid speedrunning is so big is because early in the series the game encouraged you to beat it fast. Like, displaying your clear time, giving you a little bonus, and then Metroid Prime is just such a fantastic game, and when things were discovered and, you know, people started getting together, you have, like, a sequence break, which is completing something out of order. And the more tricks and glitches people found, like, the more complexities you really added to the game, and the community aspect of speedrunning this is what really launched it. And I think gave speedrunning a critical mass that we've since brought to lots of other games.
Yeah, this is the game that coined the term sequence break. As in, when you do something outside the normal sequence, you are breaking the sequence, hence sequence break. So that's where the term came from.
That's this series where the term any percent and 100% came from.
Yeah, a lot of the terms we use on SDA came from this game. Like, low percent is a category that doesn't really make sense outside Metroid, but that's why we have it. Fun fact is, the next room is actually loading, so getting that missile expansion doesn't cost any time.
Yeah, since I beat it still.
He missed it! Damn it.
Oh, reset.
If he presses Y on the same frame he touches the X-ray visor, then the power bomb will go off during the cutscene, and it saves a bit of time. But he missed it, so he sucks. He shouldn't have.
Is there time to read one donation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you guys remember,
There's one more trick coming up in a second, though, so yeah.
Do you want me to, like, am I okay to go right now?
I
Or
guess
should I
so.
wait a little bit?
What's her?
What?
I'll wait for you guys.
told him it was
Yeah,
okay.
getting back out left road.
It's a fine tradition to tell the people that they can run a donation and then interrupt them by explaining something.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's just a second from now.
Well, I just jump on a pillar and get out.
Yeah, he's supposed to jump all up to the top of this room, and then fight some Chozo ghosts, and then you get a tunnel that lets you go back out. But he's just going to skip all of that by jumping on this little pillar thing right here that doesn't seem to have any purpose other than letting you do this. And, and just jump right back out. Alright, now you can go.
Okay,
Sorry
thank
about
you.
that.
If you guys remember, about a month or two back, Number SMW held a marathon to help some runners get to this particular marathon, and this is their first donation. of this marathon. Greetings from Dram, Garrison, Sloop, Golden, and everyone else who helped arrange the Number SMW Marathon. Here we are with the first part of our donation. We'd like to thank everyone who donated to make your favorite speedrunners able to go to AGDQ, and as promised, we are putting all excess donations toward the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Please put this toward the name Number SMW for Freya and Final Fantasy IX in the spirit of the donators who make all this possible. And this first donation was for $900.
Wow.
Just a quick explanation there. The reason why he says, in the spirit of making this all possible, finishing Final Fantasy IX the way they do wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the fact that Freya completely glitches out the AI of the final boss.
Yeah. Finally, the phase on mines after doing basically everything else.
Yeah, there's a door here on the right that's supposed to be a shortcut for later on, but he's just going to go to the shortcut first and skip the first half of the mines. Well, not really half, but the first few rooms. And then he's going to come back to that later when he can pick up everything.
Right here, he did a ghetto jump to get to the top of the pillar, and then an L-lock spring jump to reach the missile tank here without having to use Fireball at all.
Yeah.
What happened to the space pirates?
Oh, yeah. There's a trigger that activates the pirates and makes them start attacking you. But Miles didn't hit it because he didn't go up the way he was supposed to, so they're just frozen.
Yeah.
If they won't notice him no matter what he does, but if he shoots them, then, well, they'll notice that, but anything else,
yeah.
They won't see him until he goes back down and touches the trigger.
Right there I had to open the gate because I actually go through the other side of the gate later on.
Yeah.
So, if I didn't open it, I would be stuck there.
Yeah. Now he's going to pick up the most useless item in the game. Well, second most useless.
Yeah.
I might possibly use this once if things don't go well.
Well, you've already used thermal visor more than that.
This puts him really, really far into phase on mines.
Yeah.
It's like 1/3 of the way through, I think.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you skip the wave pirate battle and then whatever the round with the phase on lead's called.
So here's the problem with speedrunning phase on mines. There's a phase on elite in the earlier part of the phase on mines that gives you an artifact if you beat it, but you can't start the fight until you get the main power bomb, which is lower in phase on mines. This is why the old NE% route had to make 2 trips to phase on mines. One to get the main power bomb, and then there was no way to go back up to the phase on elite in phase on mines at the time, except to go through magma caverns.
So at this next part, you're supposed to kill the elite pirate, and that would normally take out the force fields on the left. But Miles doesn't realize you're supposed to kill them. He thinks they're just mobile platforms, so... That's not what they're for, Miles. That's not what you're supposed to do.
It's not? Looks like it worked pretty well.
Once
There's
again, the
another...
boss music keeps playing.
Yeah. This doesn't play quite as long as the other one, though.
Just a random question, by the way. I've noticed that sometimes the animation for getting out of the world is actually skipped. Is there any particular reason?
That happens sometimes when the camera is obstructed.
Yeah.
The game just skips the animation instead of having it glitch out.
Yeah, it's a lot more common in Prime 2 than 1.
Yeah, we'll get more into that in Prime 2 because it's used a lot more in there.
It might be a good idea to explain it during Prime 2 at the start of it.
Yeah.
Any more donations?
Donations are good.
Okay, we have $20 from David Arnold, who says, when there's trouble with Chippin, a donation from DW. Was meant for Sinister, expecting 4 curses at $5 a pop, but I only heard 1 cuss, so all 20 for that. Definitely shoutouts to DW. We have Christopher Cook donating 10. Put all this money towards Earthbound's favorite thing is alpaco. The alpaca that's a taco, I guess.
Right here is the power bomb maze. The layout of the maze is random. There's actually 303 different preset mazes that he might get, and there's like 15 of them, right? 15 of them are good.
Around there.
Yeah.
It depends on your definition of good, really.
Miles is actually a super dedicated and he drew out every single maze layout to figure out which ones were good.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's
Like-
15 good ones.
This doesn't look good.
This is terrible.
Yeah, this is not a good maze. The best maze is take 15 squares.
Yeah, there's.
And there's 3 of them, I think.
Where should I?
Wow, this is terrible.
This is like the worst space I've ever had.
Yeah, this is a really bad maze.
That was bad.
So while donations were going off, he was fighting an elite pirate. Like, actually fighting one, because he knew about that now. The trick with the elite pirate is that I think if you lock on your view with your eyesight with the elite pirate itself, it starts attacking you. So if you start strafing around it slowly, it just turns around like it did before.
Yeah. They always try to look at you at the beginning of the fight.
But if you lock on your eyesight on their eyes once, then they start attacking you.
Yeah, they won't attack until they manage to face you. So if you keep strafing around them so they never get to look at you, then they won't start attacking.
You'll see this 3 more times.
Now, I do have a question about that maze that you swing through, though. Can you only use bombs at the places where there's
Yes.
debris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just say it because I can actually die at the head, and I'll let you see that for yourselves.
Yeah. There's a lot of tricks coming up later in the mines.
Oh man, this is gonna get fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, die with my 13 energy tanks.
Yep. Yeah, they're surprisingly enough there is a risk of that. So this room he's going to skip half of. He's going to use a power bomb on one of the breakable walls and then use the side of the wall to get a jump up onto a support pillar that you're not supposed to be able to jump on. And you can do that to just jump straight to the missile expansion instead of going all the way around like he's supposed to.
That's not true. It's going to get in the way, aren't you?
And then he's just going to dash them straight to the door out.
I hope so.
Unless he misses, which hopefully he won't.
It's not missing.
That's the wrong one, isn't it?
Problem is, that's a Metroid, so it's sort of going to get in the way. But
The elevators actually have a couple invisible walls that prevent you from going out, but you can get on top of them.
I was too late and slow down a little bit. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, I hate Hunter Metroids. Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone hates Hunter Metroids. If you don't hate Hunter Metroids, you're insane.
Well, this was the one spot I could have used grapple by dash instead.
Yep, so grapple is going to be unused for the entire round. So next up, he's going to do a trick called Early Newborn.
And you'll see it.
Like early...
Don't explain.
Okay.
Just watch.
He's supposed to have phase on C for this, but he's too hardcore for that.
Unfortunately, this TV is cutting off the top. We can't tell how many energy tanks you got
He
left.
has 39.
Yes, 3.
He's normally supposed to come back and get that after he gets the phase on suit, which is, it makes you invulnerable to phase on. But if you have 13 or 12 or something like that energy tanks, then you can get early newborn like he just did. So yeah.
What? No, go.
And,
Oh, I have 7 power moves.
and now now that he's done that, he's going to get himself killed by Metroids. Probably has enough energy here.
Yeah, I do, but it's a marathon with one shot. I would rather not risk it.
You have a save. You have as many shots as you want.
Well, I'm not gonna save.
Well, you just made a save.
Yeah, but that'll waste time. I don't want to do
This skips having to use grapple key for
Yeah, it's a kind of tough dash jump there. You have to curve it to the left. by holding left. You can change the direction the dash jump is going in if you start turning Samus. And that is actually a really hard one to do with all the pirates shooting at you, but it saves a lot of time.
This is a very notorious fight, and I guess...
If you skip the Omega Pirate cutscene here, then the game will just let you stay wherever you were instead of warping you. And that's useful for letting you start to the side. The Omega Pirate has the same glitch that the Elite Pirates have, that if you just keep streaking around him, he'll never start attacking you.
Right here, well, let's see if it works. I missed. I was trying to make him disappear faster. It would have skipped this animation right here. Which wave? That's.
Did you scan the elevator?
No.
I would have skipped the pirates fine too, right?
Yeah, it would have.
Can we read some donations?
And wave pirates are pretty much the worst ones.
Yeah.
You can actually kill Omega Pirate in one round. Wait. Oh, there.
Nice. One note about this fight, the only reason X-Ray Visor is required in this entire game is to damage Omega Pirate.
Yeah.
You can't damage him if you don't have X-Ray Visor on.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Retro Studios.
If it weren't for this one fight, then the lowest percent would be 20%.
Yeah, skipping it would be such
But getting it is more of a pain. I guess you have to go over there for the artifact
Yeah,
anyway.
you have to get the artifact, so that doesn't make
Yeah,
any difference.
whatever.
Yeah, you got the one frame skin. That's good.
Alright. We have $20 from Liliana Swinney. Thanks for doing what you do. Put this towards making Paraxade suffer through the last story of Sonic 2006 for our amusement.
Awesome. I'm good with that.
Liliana Swinney. Alright, and we have 25 from Talal Alalyani. I'd like to donate this for my mother who suffers from cancer, and some of it for SMK for saving the donation system. We also have 20 from John Knowles. This 20 is to have Railcoon wear his Jane hat during his StarCraft 2 run.
I didn't bring it. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, but I guess you didn't bring it.
This is a really big vertical room. This is really easy to mess up because if you make one mistake and fall, you fall all the way back down to the bottom of the room. It's very annoying sometimes.
Yeah, it's also kind of annoying because when you press R in this game, you lose most of your control in the air. So I pressed R and then the pirates knocked me off course and there was nothing I could do to recover basically. In Echoes they changed it so you do retain control after you let go.
Here, since he didn't kill the Elite Pirate earlier, the trigger to activate the fight is still there, so he's jumping over it here.
Yeah.
So he can go back out without setting it off. Right now, he's going to collect all the stuff he missed in the first half of the mines, including an artifact, and he'll go back out to Chozo Ruins and get back to his ship.
Yeah, because of the phase on Elite needing the main power bombs, I have to go do it now instead of being able to do it earlier.
Yeah. The tank phase on Elite is in that needs to be power bombed, it doesn't work until you get the main power bombs.
Like, getting main power bombs changes a few things in that round, like it adds mega turrets. So they just, assuming it wasn't intentional, the making you need main power bombs, it just happened to work that way.
So I bet you're enjoying having Spider for that room, huh?
Yes. Well, mainly the room before.
Since he's going through this room backwards, you're normally there's a wall there that you were normally supposed to break with that cannon hanging on the ceiling. But you can just boost through it on the way back through.
Yeah, you have to boost a pretty precise part of it, though.
Yeah. And Phase on Elite, once again, has the exact same exploit that the Elite Pirates and Omega Pirate have. He's just going to missile it to death.
Interesting glitch there.
power bombs.
Is that good? Unnecessary.
I don't know if they're necessary, but who cares? Super power bombs.
If only was Prime 2.
The next room has to be done in a pretty specific way because he's going through it backwards again. So, normally when you go in the door locks, then you have to fight some shadow pirates and then some wave pirates before the doors unlock. But if he kills the shadow pirates and the wave pirates before locking the door, then the door will just lock permanently and he'll get stuck. So he has to go back to the beginning of the room, trigger the door lock, then kill the shadow pirates, then kill the wave pirates.
Yeah, I didn't need to get rid of those power bombs, but oh well. Yeah, so this room just messes up a lot. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. We have $40 from Brian Schroeder, who says, "Congrats on taking donations again for a great cause. Please put this toward naming the Earthbound dog as Zoe." We have $30 from Jimmy Dudley. "Great run so far, guys. This donation goes to the fellow Browns fan of Funk Doc. He can choose how the donation is spent." We have Benoit Breton, who donates about $20. "Good job, SMK. After Steam sale took my money, now it's your turn, guys." James Rodriguez donates $5, but also reminds us that the any percent OOT run is much faster than last year's AGDQ, and that is worth mentioning. It's about under 25 minutes now.
Now the cutscene plays a second time for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly, but
There's the reason is because there's basically two triggers for the cutscene. It triggers when he reaches a certain point in the room after you kill the shadow pirates there. But if you get to that point and then kill the shadow pirates, then it triggers. So
Well, you're supposed to go through the room twice in two completely different times through the mines in the original sequence of the game. So it's one fight for the first time and the second fight for the second.
it's useful though since it just warps him straight back to the wave pirates.
yeah.
Something kind of interesting though is that other versions of the game, you can just power bomb on beam troopers, and it's a lot easier than that.
Whoops, that's not
And this is why he opened the force field at the beginning. Otherwise he'd be stuck again. Any donations?
Yep, we got $20 from Michael Kuvar. $20 for Blaster Master's heartwarming story about a boy and his frog. Let UA choose which optionals to throw money at. UA is actually sleeping right now, but he still forgot to get the $110 he still has from other people who gave him money, so we'll add it to the pile. We also have 20 from Corey Lodato. Can't wait for Cosmo and Siglemic runs. Just had to put my cat down earlier today because he had esophagus cancer. We have $40 from Christopher Cardone, longtime watcher, first-time donor. Watching this makes the night shifts more enjoyable. Please put this towards acting out the play in Final Fantasy IX. Kenneth Long donates $20. You guys are doing an amazing thing for an amazing cause, and I have killed my productivity at work. Cosmo.
Sorry about that.
And we have an anonymous donation for $50. Thank you, SMK, for fixing the donation system so fast. You're awesome. And $40 for James Cassidy. My mother recently passed away from cancer. Hopefully soon, fewer people will have to go through the same ordeal and more lives will be saved. Also Cosmo. Chess Jerk donates $20. Shout out to Chess Jerk. Hey everyone, just wanted to let you all know that I thoroughly enjoyed the time I spent at the marathon over the past few days. You guys rock. Onward to 250k. Shinoya donates $20. More donations, this time because Miles is a beast at the Prime 1 and 2. Looking forward to seeing these games torn to pieces. Also, saving the animals.
I support that.
I supported the first part of that.
We have Andreas Pickler donating $15. He really wants the ukiyo-e, apparently. And he also wants Sonic for 2006. So, add that in for that. Just to remind you that the run. Do we have an approximate time on how much longer we have in the run?
Not that much. He's about to go to the final bosses.
Not that much is the official word on the ground here. So if you want to get in for the prizes, I would suggest doing that quickly. Now again, you can go right up until the run ends, and if you get your donation in before it ends, you are in the running for the prizes. And we have a lot of them for this
This
run.
right here is the moment of truth. When he goes on the ship, it'll refill his ammo so we can see whether or not he missed anything. If his missile count is below 250 after he gets off the ship, then he missed something.
Yeah, I have a scan visor up so you won't see it right away.
Also does not want us to see if he missed anything. 250.
I forgot flames.
Alright, so Ridley is kind of broken.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Yeah, let's explain this. His air phase has 2,000 HP, and
that's about 3/4 of his health bar.
Boosting does 50,000 damage per frame, and they accidentally did not make him immune to boosting, so you just boost it.
But since he's flying, it's kind of hard to get an opportunity to boost him, but there's quite a few.
Yeah,
There's
he
trick,
lands. So.
There's another trick where he usually does a really long flyby, like he just flies around and drops bombs on you. There's one frame opportunity where Miles can shoot him with the plasma beam and it will skip the flyby. So,
100.
he better get it, that's all.
At least you're not missing anything.
If he doesn't get it, then he's going to try to boost at him while he's flying around by standing on one of the pillar things.
Nope.
No flyby skip.
But I did get the boost.
You got a boost, so his
look
health
at
bar
his health bar. Now, the ground phase, he is immune to boosting, so I do have to do that. And he does have to finish his flying around parts before he can do anything else.
Yeah, there's the ground phase is actually really glitchy because as randomly. Do you want to explain that? I don't know the details.
Yeah, I think it's depending on when you hit him during his animations, but sometimes he's just invincible for basically no reason. So it's really obnoxious.
There's also a really small window where you can shoot his mouth when he's covering it with his hand.
Oh god, that wasn't close enough for one of the turret.
They made this a lot easier in the PAL version.
Yeah, super missiles are so nice. Why are you dashing? See this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's invincible right now.
Are you serious? Yeah, this is horrible, Ridley. Okay, what's it got?
Yeah, that was so bad.
Yes, that was terrible.
You killed him in a minute flat, that's terrible.
Modesty, a common trait of speedrunners.
Interestingly, in the PAL version, Ridley has an extra attack where he jumps around and wastes a bunch of time.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how speedruns work with the PAL version.
They added a lot of stuff to the Ridley fight in the PAL version.
Yeah, and the trilogy version of Metroid Prime 1, I think it takes on the PAL version of the GameCube version. So like you'll see like it's most noticeable on the missile UI on the right side. It shows you how many missiles you have out of how maximum number of missiles you have.
Yeah, so no suspense at the end of the game. I just know.
You got the 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, like after a ship.
There's that one trick that speeds up climbing the impact crater by a lot. The first room with the fission Metroids that everyone hates. There's a bomb space jump he can do. We were talking about the instant unmorph earlier. When he has an alcove like he's about to have right here, he can forcibly do trigger an instant unmorph. Then he has a short amount of time where he can jump in midair.
Yeah.
And that lets him jump on this stuff that's not supposed to be jumpable.
It's abbreviated BSJ, and you don't. That's like the only one you'll see in Prime 1. But in Prime 2, you'll see a lot more.
There's a second one at 80% to get the spider tracks. That's the only one 100% right there.
There was also a ghetto jump he could have done if he missed that.
Yeah, but
it's a bit slower though.
And also, If you do it after failing the BSJ, that generally leads to the Fission Metroids.
The thing you probably want to mention is that oftentimes we've been clapping when a speedrunner pulls off a cool trick. This is just happening so constantly in the Metroid Prime run. We have such a hard time following it that we'd be clapping all the time.
Okay, let's just start clapping and never stop, okay?
Oh, Brax. Would you like to explain how skipping the round works?
I would, but I'm too busy clapping. What am I trying to explain again?
Well, he's Prime. I guess it's a she is vulnerable for a short period after it changes and after it dashes. So I'll try to get a kill.
That's your sister, right?
I missed.
Your sister?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was able to fire a super missile there, and so I didn't have to do nearly as much damage with the wave beam. Now, the first subchamber always does power and wave, the next it does power wave ice, then the third does power wave ice and plasma, and those can be in any order at all. And then the last one, it just randomly switches to whatever it wants. Got it.
Nice.
And I think I missed. So I will just ice. Oh no, that did miss. Those are not hit me. Oh god, no.
Nice.
Please don't. Please go. I don't know what it changed to.
This is why the Ice Spider is really useful, even in any percent. Because
Do you have any idea what he just switched to?
Nope. Oh well.
Wow, okay. This is a pretty good fight so far.
Yeah.
A really good fight so far.
The extra missiles really help.
Which means my 120 prediction is probably spot on.
chair.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Holy
Wow.
That was just...
Damn.
I have not seen that before.
They're good at marathon luck.
Oh my god, this is so good. Holy crap. This is insanely good.
I've never seen a prime
That's
this
not
good.
Oh.
That's good. That's really good. If I can get the shot. Got it! Oh, get out of the way. No, that might not be good.
Just barely.
Yeah, that was like would have been the best score ever if that hit. Oh well.
I wasted what, 10, 15 seconds? Are you going to let the music play?
Yeah, I am. What?
There's a glitch here where if you skip the next cutscene too fast, then the music never starts. But Miles is cool, so he's going to let it start.
Yeah, I am gonna need to concentrate here though. So.
Yeah, serious time?
This is serious time.
Yeah.
I guess we can explain how the trick works.
No, don't.
Just don't.
I mean after the fight.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I just have to hope he doesn't lay it in a terrible position.
He likes getting in your face.
That's it.
Wow, that was
Alright, do you want to
amazing.
explain the trick you just did?
Yeah.
149.40.
Okay, that's like. I'm not gonna. Yeah. The pulls there, if you step. Okay, I'm trying to think this way. This way. They basically have a value of 10, and they drain at 2 per second when you use them. But when you step out like that constantly, you can use them without draining them at all. And so you can keep doing that over and over, you're getting free shots out of it. But after 25 seconds, it starts straying on its own. So you want
Is
to
that
get...
after 20 seconds?
No, it's, it takes 5 seconds to completely drain it. So you want to go in and out for 20 seconds and then fully drain it for the last 5. Basically.
Okay.
So, to get the most out of the pool. And normally it takes 4 pulls in order to beat the boss, but getting those free shots lets you do it in 2 instead.
It's ridiculously hard to get a 2-pull.
Yeah, that was only found like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Of course, Miles is the one who discovered it by looking at the memory values of Dolphin, figuring out exactly how the fight worked.
Yeah, it cuts the fight down by like half.
Yeah, it makes the fight a lot faster.
It isn't that much faster.
Yeah, because when you do this trick, you're more focused on getting in as much as you can fit in those 20 seconds. So he's not really focused on skipping Prime's attacks.
Yeah, when you hit Prime during an attack, it will cancel that attack, which saves time.
So when he does a 2-pull, he's not really focusing on that, so Prime does a lot of extra attacks.
Yeah.
So 3-pull wouldn't have been that much slower, but 2-pull is infinitely cooler, so worth it.
Am I allowed to change them, I guess, to 120?
Alright, I guessed 120, Miles guessed 121.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wrong, probably, but we'll see. Actually, definitely.
Come on, 120.
117.
It's gonna be 120, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Called it! I called it. So, I win something, right?
If you thought this was broken, wait until part 2.